Hi guys, I know this video has been a long time coming, but we were so carried away because of the beautiful weather and the NASA quality internet speed in our state that we were celebrating spring in outer space. But jokes apart, I hope you guys are all safe and sound in this pandemic, and we are back to make it a bit more miserable for you guys with our weekly segment of the ArchiNews with me, Pratyay Banerjee. So stay tuned. So the first news that we have won't surprise you, as we will talk about the design guidelines for a safe post-COVID-19 transition. So as we know, this pandemic has shook this entire world into realizing we need some change for the coming future, right? And architects and designers have had a lot of spare time back at home to think about ways to improve safety for living in general, just as politicians in some countries are doing. Or never mind. Mars releases Spatial strategies for restaurants in response to COVID-19. Mars Design Group has released a guideline for restaurants in response to the coronavirus pandemic to help these businesses reopen safely, viably and vibrantly. At the heart of the public realm, restaurants need to promptly find balance between optimizing operations and keeping people safe. What we see here is that they have divided a basic layout of the restaurant into three main areas. The loading, where all the raw materials are collected and stored, the kitchen area, and the public seating. This, however, has been modified to include exchange zones and more hygienic strategies like this. So it's expected that exchange zones will have a huge role to play in the restaurant space designing for the future. The exchange zones will perform as buffer between public and kitchen spaces to ensure a more calculated process of cleanliness and hygiene. To make up for the exchange zone, part of the public seating will move out of the restaurant to allow for open seating. I guess this is a good proposal because at the end of the day, some people prefer an outdoor seating until the heavens start being emotional again. Well, for broke people like me, we are safe because we can't afford restaurants anyways. Well, the next news comes from AIA, who have released design strategies for safer schools post-COVID-19. Well, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, all the schools and colleges have remained closed for the longest, and the American Institute of Architects have just released strategies, illustrations, and a 3D design model or models in order to help reduce the risk of COVID-19 in schools once they reopen again. The model which they have proposed follows the guidelines of social distancing so as to ensure safer forms of education among students post the pandemic. The model shows a 6 feet by 6 feet grid in which furnitures are placed such that each module containing the student, chair and the desk are at a distance of 6 feet from each other. The model that they have created shows the provision of touchless hand washing hygiene stations near doors of each classroom. Each classroom would also have mapping on the ground so that students know where to circulate, and also a bunch of more ideas to keep themselves safe from the virus after the schools reopen. Well, I don't know about America, but here students would rush to steal tiffin from that one guy whose mom is a chef as soon as the recess bell goes off. Well, I do hope India also takes similar steps to rethink their classroom completely as well. Maybe some goons now have an excuse of breaking down college infrastructure in some cities. Oops, I guess that was too far. Well, let's quickly move on to the next news, which comes from Hachem Architects, who have designed a hotel among lavender fields in Australia. Hachem Architects have designed a new $65 million hotel within a lavender farm in Australia's Yarra Valley. Designed as a boutique retreat, the project will also include a facility for infusing lavender into gin. The design was made to capture the imagination of a new generation of travelers. The development includes 196 rooms, a boutique distillery, restaurant, conference spaces, and spa. Unexpected shapes and angles are hallmarks of the interior form, with the lobby, guest rooms, entertainment spaces, and corridors featuring concealed passages and snug recesses. Well, this is a model which they made in the office. When I first saw this model, I was like, God damn, me and my friends would just give up on the subject altogether. I mean, just look at that. Wow. Now, moving on to the next news. Socially distant outdoor yoga domes invade the open spaces of Toronto. I mean, look at that. Well, the news says that a new pop-up intervention installs 50 private clear frameless geodesic domes in the open spaces of Toronto, Canada. Created by LMNTS Outdoor Studio, the project aims to bring yoga and fitness workouts safely to an outdoor setting while respecting social distancing measures. Taking place in 50 private clear frameless geodesic domes in which temperatures exceed 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh, that's a lot. The experience creates a unique way to participate in yoga and fitness classes outdoors. Well, don't know about you, but if I'd be the guy living on the top floor across the pavement seeing guys and girls in domes stretching, I'd surely wanna go and close the window. Nah, I'm just joking. I'm lazy to even walk to the windows in the first place. Well, coming to the last news, we have a 12-foot tall weathered steel wall ensuring privacy and noise-free house in India by Aubin Design Studio. Kolkata-based architecture practice Aubin Design Studio has completed a private residence in Bajberia, West Bengal, with a 12-foot tall boundary wall to ensure privacy and create a noise-free house requested by the client. As the architect explains, the client's prime requirement was that of a 12-foot tall boundary wall for ensuring privacy and security. Well, this is what Walter White plus a lot of money would have done too. Well, this wall house, which spreads over 640 square meters, is located at a busy intersection in Bajberia, and it stands over 3 adjacent plots that one gentleman had procured over time. The house, completed in January 2020, features surprising and unexpected vistas as the owner circulates around the house while it maintains its privacy against the street. I mean, this is quite interesting because when you cut off the site context completely, you can create a context of your own within the site itself if there is area enough to do so. The studio said, multiple courtyards enabled a variety of experiences through lawns, kunt seating around a biopool, semi-open sit-outs, decks and terraces to form an interesting vibrant home. Well, that's all we have for this edition of the weekly ArchiNews. If you enjoyed the video till the end, please leave a like, share this video and comment. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel because we have very interesting upcoming videos for you guys to enjoy. So, peace out.